Hi everyone, it's Kasia. So today I'm going to take you on a little trip and we're going to pull cards to check the energy of certain spots, okay? I thought it's going to be an interesting activity for myself and I thought I'm going to share it with you because together it's always better, right? So I'm going to change the camera and show you the first spot that I would like to check with the cards, and let's see what the cards will show us. So the first spot is this beautiful meadow with these white flowers, but it just has this really kind of fairy-like quality to it. Whenever I pass here, I always feel like the energy is quite light and fairy-like, and it just looks like a magical forest of fairies. Okay, so let's just take a look at the decks that I took with me today, and let's pull cards for the energy of this particular spot. Okay, so I put the camera down and I'm going to pull a card from each of these decks. So this is the Rainbow Heart Tarot. I haven't used it for a very long time. So all I'm going to ask is for the card that comes up to kind of describe the energy of this particular spot to us. We may be like giants to the fairies living here. I don't know. Let's see what is the energy of this particular spot. Ooh, very fairy-like. It's exactly how it feels here. I made this flower essence from the pink flowers, which I shared in my previous videos. And it felt like, I felt here this like heart opening, this really soothing, joyous, joyful energy. Same with all these beautiful flowers growing here. And it just feels fairy-like. So I pulled 3 of Cups with this image. I can only imagine fairies having parties here and having fun, and it's joyous, celebratory kind of togetherness energy in this particular spot. So here we have the 3 of Cups from the Rainbow Heart Tarot, and I'm going to pull the one card from maybe a much serious deck. It is the Quera Magician deck by Josephine McCartney, and we are going to ask the spirits of this place to show up, if they're nice enough to show up for us through this particular card. Okay, so let's just take a look here. What's the energy? Oh, this is incredible, isn't it? Guys, you're witnessing the magic here. You see I'm shuffling. I haven't prepared those cards before. So we nearly have exactly the same image of fellowship, of companionship, of friendship. The energy here feels inviting. It's a good spot when you want to come and feel that you are not alone. You okay, you're embraced by others. How beautiful is that? Fellowship, 3 of Cups, 3 women doing things together. So we're nearing the Mary Magdalene feast on 22nd of July. Today is 17th of July. We have the new moon, and also the nodes will be changing signs from Taurus and Scorpio axis to Aries and Libra axis. It's quite a big event. You can look back 19 years ago when nodes were in the same signs, and Pluto is squaring the nodes. It's a similar kind of intense energy as we had during the first days of World War II. So, you know, there's kind of a big karmic kind of heaviness to this particular energy, but I feel like we have opportunity to redirect that energy. We don't have to repeat the past, right? We want to do things differently, and maybe this energy of fellowship and companionship and togetherness and humanity as one is something that we cannot stop striving for, right? I know a lot of us are striving for it. We can easily give up because it seems fucking like, you know, it's never going to happen. But there is something around this image that this place reminds us of, to stay to stay focused, you know, and to remember that maybe we can, and it's our obligation, it's our responsibility to keep doing the fellowship, to keep doing the togetherness, to keep dreaming of it, to keep believing it can happen, even in times when it seems like, you know, hard and tough. Okay, let's move on to another place. Let's go. Okay, we have arrived at the oak tree. I'm going to change the camera so you can see. Here it is. It was hit by lightning, as you can see, and my husband called it znachor, which in Polish, it's an old Polish word. It used to be like a doctor or a healer, and we're going to just sit here and take a minute to center ourselves. I was wondering for a while if I should, you know, keep those cards aside, but I decided to shuffle them back in, and in both of those decks I'm just going to use the whole deck as is. Even if the cards repeat themselves, then that's it, right? Okay, so let's first start as we did before at the Fairies place with the Rainbow Heart Tarot. So Rachel's deck. As I said, I haven't used it for a long time, but today I just felt like color, and I love the 70s feel of this deck, so a little bit more analog, even though we're recording a video. But let's see. So what's the energy of this place with this guardian lightning struck oak? I pulled 4 of Cups. So 4 of Cups here. And it's interesting just to see a person sitting at the tree. So here we can kind of imagine myself leaning against this oak tree. I don't like this card personally very much, but I can see how many layers we can find to 4 of Cups. So usually, traditionally, we see it as someone who, you know, has 3 cups, but it's not kind of really appreciating what they have. They're not really looking around to see the opportunities that coming their way. And here also I feel it's a great spot to come to open yourself up to new ideas, to new opportunities, to something that maybe this old witness of life, you know, going on year after year can help you to access certain information. Maybe remind ourselves to be grateful, to work with gratitude. For me, very often, this 4 of Cups card speaks of working with gratitude, to appreciate what we have, because that actually opens up the pathway, the portal to magnetize things that you think you might need, and see the opportunities that's coming in, invite them in. So, okay, here we have 4 of Cups. So let's see what the Queera Magician deck by Josephine McCartney has to tell us about this place and all the spirits of this particular piece of land and this oak tree. I ask you to come and share with us what is this particular nature spot good for. How can we, you know, cooperate and appreciate the energy of this place? Idiot. Okay, so I don't know, is this insulting us? I guess it is, but also I feel like this guy could be also called an idiot, or guy, you know, this person could be called an idiot as well. So this particular card is talking about someone who is totally unaware and blind to any warnings they have around them, also to any opportunities and any good things that coming their way. They kind of like stuck on their idea about things, and nothing, you know, shakes it. The world is burning around them, their cat is warning them, but they just kind of lost in their own thoughts, in their own story, in their own repetitive patterns and so on. So I guess these cards are kind of connected. I feel like this card from Queira deck shows us the more negative side to the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups with this beautiful hand coming out of the sky shows us that there is possibility to see yourself from another perspective, or to see your situation, or to see your world a little bit different. Maybe it starts with gratitude, with noticing what we actually have, noticing the warning signs, noticing things that don't work, looking at things and not becoming lost in this kind of complacency, or like, I don't know, nothing fucking bothers me or not bothers me. So I don't know, this could be often a card of, I wouldn't say depression, but something when you're kind of not really happy about what you have, but you don't know what you want. Nothing is actually bad, but nothing is right either. And this card shares maybe this perspective that that's idiotic way to live our lives. And here in this particular spot, it's interesting that none of the earthy cards came up, because it feels very grounding here. But I feel like, Four of Cups and Idiot. This is something that maybe it's a good spot to look at our own stupidity, in quotation marks, just to see how ridiculously sometimes we waste our energy, we waste our lives, not appreciating the life that we woke up, that we can walk, that we are healthy, that we can, still do something while we're alive, that we can appreciate life, that we can be happy, that we can just sit on earth and there's still trees growing. Maybe this is a place where we need to face that kind of old idiot in ourselves, I'm a bit surprised with this draw, to be honest. I thought it will be like Tower or Judgment card. But here we are. The old oak has given us, or the spirit of the place of the oak have given us two cards, Four of Cups and Idiot. I want to speak to a plant now. I was just riding this bike. We came from there and I looked around and I saw these amazing Malin flower plants, and because I'm making medicine from Malin plants right now, and I'm really looking after a couple of those plants growing at my land, I want to ask the Malin spirit to share with us something that they want to maybe share with us, not necessarily something we can get out of it, but something that maybe this plant spirit is strong at, or has a lot of energy about this particular thing to share with us. So let's change the camera and pull some cards. Okay, we're kind of on the side of the road, so I'm not going to take a very long time to shuffle things. Let's just, here's the beautiful Malin plant. Oops, my phone arm is already a little bit worn, so it's not holding my iPhone. And somebody's coming. Okay, I'm going to pull one card. Ooh, Seven of Swords, which in this image has to do with a snake and swords. I'm going to look at it in a sec. Let's just see. And another card. We'll see. Dzień dobry. Dobry. Two young boys. All right. So, Malin spirit. Ghost. So I love how the images just keep kind of, repeating or accentuating one another. So it's Seven of Swords and the Ghost. To be honest, I cannot remember the write-up for this particular card from the book, so I will have to take a look. But I'm making a mental note that this medicine, or maybe what the Malin plant wants to show us, it has a huge ability of transformation, but also maybe of deception. Who knows? Because Seven of Swords is traditionally called like a card of a thief, where maybe the ways you used to think about situations don't work. You have to figure out a new way of looking at things. Sometimes it's not to battle through it. Sometimes it's to withdraw. Sometimes it's to look for new solutions. Sometimes it is to do more research. Sevens often speak about adjustments. And this ghost card, it's like, again, this like cloud snake, full moon. So yeah, let's think about it. To be honest, what comes to me right now about what this plant wants to tell us is that the road is never straight. There are many curves, and maybe it's a plant that, it lights like a torch. It can share and help us to find some clarity. Well, let's see. That's what came to me right now. I was riding home, but I just saw this little spot here, and I don't know why, but it feels quite protective and quiet. And even though it's not far away from the road is just there at the trees. So I just turned into that little field road because it just looks inviting. And then I saw this little spot of moss. It just looks so gorgeous. Feels nice, and it feels, it's quite dry. So I can imagine how green it can look when, it's wetter. But I thought moss is one of those ancient plants, and because this spot feels kind of so quiet and inviting, I'm going to pull some cards here. So as you can see, I'm not freaking out so much anymore. I do feel a little bit more at home and settling in. My energy is kind of, arriving at this place. So let's see, how is this place able to share its energy with us, and what is it about? What is about this beautiful, mossy, protective little spot in the middle of nowhere, yet not so far away from the well-beaten road? So, Two of Pentacles. So I guess it is a good place to come in, to find some balance, some flexibility, to see maybe when we need to soften our approach a little bit, maybe move a little bit. And it's earth element for the first time. So we had twice water element, and we have earth element for the first time. We have Ouroboros, the eternity sign, and two yin yangs in each of this. Number 8 comes to mind as well. When I really tune in to this place, it just calms me down straight away. I feel it's a really great spot to, just calm ourselves down instantly. I just felt like in breath and out breath, like a simple, very simple, pure method of grounding ourselves. Well, let's see what Quera Magician deck. I never know if I pronounce it well, but if not, just forgive me. I used to say Quera Magician, but I just don't know how to say it. But yeah, it's a great deck. I love this deck. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ask the spirits of this place to kindly reveal something about this place to us. Oh, I like it. And again, how interesting. Snake, regenerator. So it's a place where maybe some ancient ceremonies used to be had. I know that this area is an area of an ancient riverbank where an ancient culture called Kultura Łużycka used to have the, places where they lived. They found here some graveyards and vessels with burned bodies and burnings and some ritual objects. So something of this ancestral spirits, I feel it's strong here. Maybe that's the snake also energy. Whenever I see snake now, I'm thinking of fucus, that there is a place of healing as well, of balancing, of catching a breath, but also finding this inner light. And this light here feels protected. That's why maybe this protective energy when you go, and it just feels so inviting. It felt so like peaceful and beautiful. I think this is my favorite spot from today actually, and the fairy meadow was really great too. The oak tree, I felt it showed us the place where, you know, we might be behaving a little bit crazy, or like idiotic, so we can see it. But if you this is place to recharge, a regenerator. And again, I don't know the write-up for this place, for this card from the deck, but yeah, I love how the cards complement one another, so it's beautiful. I'm going to sit here for a while and just shut up and listen.